Hey y'all, happy holidays season. I cannot believe tomorrow's December, but we're here, we're alive, we're thriving, and I have a new book for y'all. So today we're talking about John C. Maxwell's How Successful People Think. Once again, I love his books because they're so freaking easy to carry, and with my life, living on the subway all the time, going from place to place, these books are a really super easy read and easy to carry around, so I definitely recommend them. How do successful people think? That is the topic we're talking about. According to Maxwell, there is a clear and obvious difference between how successful people think versus everyone else. But I have really, really good news. Maxwell also says that how successful people think can be learned. Now, in order to become a good thinker, Maxwell tells us that we must become intentional about our thoughts. And in the words of Albert Einstein, thinking is hard work, and that's why so few people do it. From what Maxwell shares in this book, it is believed that the secret of our success all starts with our thoughts, and our thoughts are intertwined within our beliefs. A really good quote that sat with me from this book is, a person who knows how will always have a job, but the person who knows why will always be his boss. So Maxwell also tells us that in successful thinking, there is a very strong need for creative thinking. Now, if you're anything like me, who's a bit of a realist, you may struggle with creative thinking a bit. Why? Because creative thinking demands the ability to be unafraid of failure. As they say, a painter is never finished with his work. He just learns when to walk away. Now, creative thinking, as Maxwell explains it, is also teachability and the ability to see more solutions than there are problems. Now, never neglect the fact that realistic thinking will result in simplifying practices and procedures and ultimately better efficiency. But nonetheless, creative thinking and innovation will always walk hand in hand, not realistic thinking. So additionally, we learn from Maxwell that thinking divorced from action cannot and will not ever be productive. Learning how to master the process of well thinking is what leads to productive thinking. Another really important point is that successful thinking is also prepared thinking. Now, Thane Yost is quoted in this book. The quote goes as follows: "The will to win is worthless if you do not have the will to prepare." Maxwell makes a very important statement in this book. The fact that most people spend more time planning their summer vacation than they do planning their lives. I'm sure that is a very true statement, but let that sink in. I just want to make it very clear to everyone that I was that person. I never planned goals. I never planned my future. I didn't even plan what I was going to wear the next day. I get it. I've been there, and I'm not judging anyone. I'm simply here to offer support, offer advice, and share my experiences these last few years with this transformation and all these books I've been reading and things like that. My only hope is to share my experiences with anyone who seeks to listen, really. And if anyone ever has any questions or anything like that, please feel free to reach out. My line is always open, and I love hearing from you guys. So I'm finishing this one off with a quote by Sam Ewing. Don't know if I'm saying that right, but it goes like this: "Nothing is so embarrassing as watching someone do something that you said could not be done." Let that sink in. Thank y'all for joining me on this book summary, and I hope that I'll see you next time. Happy holidays!